Welcome back to the Accountability Hour, the podcast where we tackle double standards, self-improvement, and the messy realities of relationships. This is Lynn Watchhorn. How to expose a user by just saying no. For most people who are in your life because they genuinely like and care about you, you saying no once in a while is not a big deal. And of course, disappointment is totally normal. It's a human feeling. But for a lot of people that go around using others, when you set a boundary or refuse a request, that pressure test reveals whether they truly respected you or they just enjoyed what they could get from you. I think we all know of that person that they only show up when they want something or they need something, and then the first no that they get, they just disappear. Or whenever there's a situation where you need something, even, maybe someone to vent to, something that simple, they disappear. But when they need to vent, they're all up in your business, wanting to talk to you. Or when they expect you to drop everything and do everything for them right now. But whenever you need something, oh, well, we'll get to it later or whatever. And later never comes. That's the hardest part about dealing with someone who does use others, though, is they can seem like the most kind, loyal, supportive, and respectful person on the planet. And that's usually while you're giving them what they want. Your time, your energy, your attention, your money, your favors, your emotional labor, your overall availability. Sometimes when we're dealing with people like this, we think, well, I didn't really give them any money, so they must not be getting enough to actually use me. But sometimes it's a lot more subtle than that. It could be simply like you make plans with a bunch of people and you can go out with them and they bring people together and they're the ones planning and managing all of that, so you don't have to. Maybe you're that person and they're using you for that. It can be that simple. People who actually respect you can tolerate having limits on the relationship. Healthy boundaries are supposed to do that. And what's funny is sometimes they'll walk away and just talk crap about you. Suddenly you're the selfish one. You've changed. You're difficult. You're cold. You're acting different. Now they're guilt tripping you on all the things. No, they're just offended that you actually have limits, which everybody should have limits realistically, because again, users will just stomp all over you and take full advantage of that. That's why sometimes you'll notice it's like, oh, I'm not feeling well, and instead of actually having some empathy and being like, oh, are you okay, or checking in with you, it's more like, oh, okay, whatever, ignore your texts or whatnot. This is why sometimes boundaries can also be hard, because it exposes people, and those people sometimes don't want to be in your life anymore. And then you might be sitting there thinking, oh, did I screw this up? Did I do something wrong? And no, the reality is they were just there for what they could get out of you. They didn't actually care about you as a human being. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's better for you to know that so you don't keep giving to someone who doesn't care. And a lot of men learn this late because they think being generous will make the other person loyal. They think being there will make the person value you. They think that if showing up, helping, fixing, paying, listening, rescuing, caring will make people respect you more, and unfortunately that's not always the case. Sometimes it just trains other people to expect more out of you. The fastest way to expose a user is to stop being useful. And while I'm not a fan of testing people, I feel like saying no is a reasonable test where you're not really hurting the other person. So if you think someone might be using you, the next time they ask for something, just tell them no. See how they react. Do they respect your boundary or do they punish you for having one?